Those bones in the cave weren't left by hunters. They were left by predators that ate the hunters. You are standing at the mouth of a cave. The air is cold, still, and heavy. Bones litter the floor. Femurs, skulls, ribs. They look arranged, deliberate. For a century, scientists called it a burial site. An act of reverence. Grief frozen in stone. But no great goods rest beside the dead. No flowers, no tools, no ornaments. Just broken skeletons, stacked like firewood. One rib still bears the grooves of teeth, deep, parallel, unmistakable. These people were not buried here. They were dragged here, eaten here. A spotted hyena can crush a human femur. Its bite force is 4,000 pounds per square inch. But this cave gets no hyenas, no bears, no big cats. Something else used this den. Something that hunted us not for survival, but perhaps for sport. But the bones themselves tell a different story. One that points to a hunter far more terrifying than we ever imagined. The grass rustles. You freeze. Your ancestors knew that sound. They ran. Big cats were the first nightmare. Smilodon had fangs the size of your palm. It didn't chase. It ambushed. One leap and the world went dark. But you can feel that leap in your own legs even now. Lions hunted in prides. They targeted the slow, the young, the weak. That was us. We were slow. We were weak. Bones from stark hunting show puncture marks. The wounds match big cat fangs. Not accidents, not scavenging. Active predation. Imagine the terror of that truth. Our ancestors slept in trees. They climbed to escape. But leopards climbed better. They dragged bodies up into branches. They stored us like leftovers. You think of humans as hunters. We were prey first. For millions of years, we were the menu. Could you smell a lion before you saw it? Your ancestors could. Their noses evolved for this. Their ears tuned to the snap of a twig. Imagine the den opening. You smell it long before you see it. Bone fragments carpet the floor. Skulls cracked open like eggs. Among them, your ancestors' femurs, gnawed, splintered, dragged here by something that didn't just kill, it stored. This was the giant short-faced hyena. It stood taller than a wolf. Its jaws could crush a bison's femur in one snap. But power wasn't its weapon, patience was. It hunted in packs, wearing down prey over miles. Early humans weren't just lunch. They were a renewable resource. Here's the part that chills you. Fossil evidence shows hominin teeth marks matching hyena puncture patterns. Here's the thing, those marks tell a story. These weren't scavenged remains. The hyenas hunted, they killed. They dragged the bodies back to feed their young. Picture the scene at the den's mouth. Your ancestors were a meal plan. You never heard them coming. They didn't need to be quiet. They had stamina. They had teamwork. And they had jaws that could turn bone into powder. You're fast. But not fast enough. Not for the creature that hunted you back then. Forget the cat's ambush. Forget the hyena's bite. This predator ran you down in the open. Prehistoric hunting dogs, xenoscion, direwolves. They had legs built for one thing, the chase. Now, think about what that meant. You couldn't climb away. You couldn't hide in a tree. All you could do was run, and run. But there's a limit to that, and run. Now imagine the heat. Modern humans can outrun almost any animal over distance. Not speed, stamina. We sweat, we cool. We keep going long after the wolf gives out. Scientists think this ability evolved because of those pursuit predators. To escape, you had to become the best long-distance runner on the savannah. But here's the thing, it wasn't just a physical fight. It was a social one. One person can't outrun a pack, you needed backup. You needed to warn each other, share food, protect the weak. You huddled close. The fire crackled between you and the dark. It wasn't for cooking. It was a fence made of light. But what did it hold back? The flame did something no spear could. It changed the math. One predator against many became many against one. And the fire gave you hours, hours to sleep, hours to heal. Hours your body desperately needed. Now picture the spear. Not a sharpened stick jabbed blindly, a weapon thrown. Launched before claws reached you. You could strike an enemy that never touched you. That distance is where survival lived. But none of this emerged from hunting deer. These tools were forged by fear. Every knot in a spear shaft told the story of an attack survived. Every stone point was a refusal to be dragged back to a den. Here is the terrible irony. The weapons that let you conquer the world were invented because you were losing. You were prey. And everything you built to escape that fate carried scars of it. Fear has a signature in the body. Your amygdala sits on alert, scanning for shadows. But here's the thing, that hardware wasn't built for office deadlines. It was forged on a savanna where rustling grass meant teeth. Here is what the fossils whisper. Ancient skulls show healed wounds, non-fatal bites. Predators testing us, learning our escape patterns. Imagine that, being studied before you even know your prey. We were being studied before we studied them. That is a chilling thought. Every escape taught them how to hunt us better. Every survival taught us how to outthink them. Watch a group of strangers. They stand in a circle, facing outward, open center. Now ask yourself, is that just habit? That posture is ancient. It is not politeness. It is a formation against the dark. Your social anxiety? It is vigilance redirected. The stare you feel across the room, old wiring, predator detection. The most successful prey did not run farthest. They bonded hardest. Trust became a survival organ. In a world of fangs, cooperation outran strength. But this is only one piece of a much bigger story. The next mystery is already waiting on your screen. Tap it and subscribe to Dawn Theory to keep uncovering how we became humans.